All right, all right, all right. Check, check, mic check. I think we're good. Where's my coffee? Ooh. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Do. All right. Make sure everything's plugged in. It's a little early for me. There we go. All right. What up, what up, what up? Get my coffee. Hold on. Get that coffee. All right. This is going to be a big one, people. I haven't even put my headset on yet. This is going to be a big stream. I don't even know if people are here yet. Let me see. All right. What's going on? Rye Guy, I see you. I see you. Hollow World thought he was first. He was close, though. He was second. What up, James? I see you, dude. Good morning. I see you. I see you. What is that? Satan? Dr. Satan! What's going on? Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Hey, hey. Is it the announcement soon? Yes, it's it's not even an hour away. It's like 30 minutes away. Yep. We're just getting situated here. It's going to be some big things. Big things. I can't spoil much. The only thing I can say is get your notepads out, because there are quite a number of things that are happening. It's really hard because it's not live yet. We are 37 minutes away. 37. Hey, welcome everyone that's just now coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yo, welcome in, welcome in. Good morning. Good morning. Audio good, coffee critical. That's right, Michael. That's right. What's going on? I can't bear to watch Damien. It's going to be a big one, man. It is. It is. I'm not lying. All right. And I don't do that whole speculation BS. I don't sit there and try to pull your strings for views. None of that shit. Like, this is a for real. This is a big thing. This is a big one. So, like, for real, get everyone, on Division and tell them to tune in to either Twitch or YouTube, wherever they are, man. It doesn't matter. But these are big things. Big things. No, Reed. No, that's, it's going to be a lot sooner than you think, brother. No, it's going to be a big one. Yo, DJ, I see you, man. I see you. Hyped as fuck. Yeah, no, this is going to be a good one. A lot of people just automatically just think nerfs. It's a lot more. There's a lot more to the picture. You'll see. It's a big one. Division 2 shutting down. Nah, that's a day before thing, man. No, they don't do that over here. Ubisoft knows how to pay their developers. I don't know how they do it over there. All right, let me share the stream and everything, but good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hey, Bobby, you want to know how big? Get 2 pieces of paper out and a pen. You're going to need at least 2 pieces of paper, okay? It's... You'll see. You'll see, man. It's going to be a big one. Hey, shout out where you're from in chat. And if you haven't yet, please hit the thumbs up. This is a big stream, people. This is going to be a big one. So hit the thumbs up. Please spread this one everywhere. I'm going to start sharing it on social media. This is going to be one of those streams you want to sit down and listen to the developers. This is going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. But if you haven't yet, please hit the thumbs up. Let's try to hit 100 like the quickest we've ever done it. All right? Let's hit 100 like the fastest we've ever hit 100. All right? Come on. Hit the like. There's over 200 of us in here, so half of you just hit the thumbs up. Come on. Let me share this on social media. But this is going to be a big one. I promise you, you're going to want to watch this one. I'm telling you. I'm not going to sit there and spoil shit, but you're going to want to watch this one. This is going to be one of those ones where you're going to be like, what? Did they just, what? It's going to blow your mind. There might be a few little curveballs in there. You'll see. It's going to blow your effing mind. Mind blown. All right, sharing it on Discord. So if you're on Discord, All right, sharing it on Discord. Boom. Okay, and then I'll share it on Twitter, X if you're nasty, but I'll share it over there on good old Twitter. But no, this is gonna be a good one. This, like, for real. I really like the direction that this franchise is going in. I really do. Ever since they changed the whole oversight thing with the devs and they're moving in a different, direction, things have been going very well. It's going to be a very nice. Dude, don't sit there and clap in my face, man. I don't want to listen to you clapping. Get out of here with your stupid claps. I don't even know who it is. But don't sit there and clap in my face. Get out of here. I'm not trying to listen to no one clap or ring bells right now. Just trying to get everyone in here because everybody is going to want to listen to this stream. I am harping on it as hard as I can because this is a very important stream. Oh my gosh. We have 33 minutes until the whole project resolve gets explained. 32 minutes. I'm just sharing it on Discord, and then I'm about to share it on Twitter, and then I'll talk to you all in chat. Yo, we are 4 likes away. Come on, hit the like. We're trying to hit 100 likes the quickest ever. It's what we're at 7 minutes on the stream right now. Come on, hit that thumbs up. Let's go. This is gonna be a good one. I'm not lying. They're not pulling out the red carpet. They're not having every dev post something about this stream for no reason. This isn't about a new season. This is about something happening in the game for free. Oh, it's gonna be big. I can't wait for you all. I can already see the smiles and I can already see the frowns. What happened with the day before? The day before was a scam, my friend. The day before was a scam. All the trailers were pulled from different video games, and all they did was use their assets that they bought. All of the assets in the game were all bought. They were all pre-developed assets. So what those developers did is they bought these assets, they put them in a game, and then for the trailers and everything, they literally copied different game trailers and just used their assets. You see what I'm saying? And then the trailers didn't even match what the game was. I mean, it's pretty crazy. Like, we started the game. Apparently, all the servers were like monthly bot servers. So that whole game was just a complete dumpster fire, man. They did it to make money and then found out no one was giving them money. And then they broke the terms of service with Steam. So everybody that bought the day before can get a refund with no questions asked. Like, the day before screwed up, man. It's going to go down in history as probably one of the biggest game scam flops in history. It really is. Can you give us a vendor reset while we wait? Oh, dude, yeah. Let me share this on Twitter, and then I'll do that. Yeah, I'll give you guys a quick little vendor reset breakdown. Yeah, and then I'll make a video on it later. But for sure, I can do that. I have a little bit of time before their countdown, so we'll run through it as quick as we can, and then I'll do a video just breaking it down a little bit more. They should be in trouble. They are in trouble, man. Yeah, the day before is in big trouble. And the craziest thing is when you go to a game like that, and then you come back to our game, The Division, you'll see like how polished and how like unique this game is. Like, The Division is really, really good, and it's polished and it's complete. We do have these bugs here and there, yes, of course. All games do, and it is a live service game, and live service games are hard. But once you go out there and play these other games that try to hold a candle to The Division, they fail every time. There is nothing like this franchise. There is nothing like this community. All these other games are trying to recreate that lightning that, Division has, and they can't do it. The only thing close enough is Destiny with their live service, but it's a completely different ball game. You know, you got Aliens and then you have The Division. I mean, come on. I don't know. What's going on? Yo, Antonio, I see you. Logical, what up? Cody, Matthew, what up? What up? I see you. I see you. Nick, what's happening? Today's a big one, man. You're not gonna, like, for real, get a notepad out or something. You're gonna want to write down things, because there's gonna be a lot of things said in today's stream that is either gonna blow your mind or you're just gonna forget later, because there's gonna be so many things that they talk about in today's stream. So I'm telling everyone, get a notepad out. Like, I'm being serious. Like, at least 2 pieces of paper, probably. Or if you have a tablet or something, put that next to you. But there's going to be... This Project Resolve is going to resolve a lot of things. All right? It's not like, oh, they're just going to nerf one thing. No. No. It's gonna be different, man. Here, let me do this tweet. I'm sorry. You guys are hyped. I'm hyped. We've been asking for this for years, man. For years, and we're finally getting a taste. Just a taste. I can't wait. I can't wait. You guys, it's gonna blow your mind. I'm gonna have to make like 15 videos after this stream just to break down what's all being done. It's crazy. All right, live stream. Let me do this tweet real quick. Live stream, and do we say reaction or breakdown? Reaction or breakdown? Live stream and reaction? Yeah, we'll do that, whatever. Because what we're going to do is we're going to watch their entire stream, and then as soon as it's done, we're going to rewind it, and we're going to break it down together. That way everyone understands exactly what's going on. Because this is, I can't say anything, man. It's so stupid. I hate life. It's going to be a big one. We are 26 minutes away, people. 26 minutes away. If you haven't already, please hit the thumbs up. You are going to like this stream, I promise you. This is going to be one to remember. Hype it up, share it with everyone, get all your Division buddies on. They're gonna want to see what's about to happen, because this right here is going to resolve a lot of our issues. Yo, Solvent Mountain, oh snap, gifting out 5 memberships, dude. Thank you so much, and shout out to the DoD Disciples of Doom coming in strong. Damn, Solvent. Hey, James, shout out to Solvent for giving you a free membership and show everyone your new kamikaze emojis. Renegade, shout out Solvent. Chris of the Cape, shout out Solvent. CRT Joker, shout out Solvent. And Sir... I'm just going to say, sir, shout out Solvent and tell him, thank you. Show everyone your new Kamikazevondoom emotes that you can get here on YouTube. Let's go, dude. Hell yeah, Solvent. Yo, thanks, brother. That's a nice surprise. I can't even tweet, man. All right. Or do they call it tweet now that it's on X? Do we call it posting? Do I just post on X? Yeesh, who knows? Who knows? So we have Project Resolve. We have title update 19.3. And we also have I can't talk about that. Project Resolve title update and future talks. We'll just say that. Full stream and reaction. Right cheer. Right cheer, right cheer. Did you say meow? Do I look like a cat, meow? Am I drinking bowl out of a little salsa? Am I going all wimly nimly? The Division 2. There we go. All right. If you are on Twitter, X if you nasty, if you are on that platform, please go over to my Twitter page, X if you nasty, and like this tweet. I'm trying to get everyone in here for the live stream. This I can't say anything, but it's going to be a big one. It's going to be a big one. Just get your notepads out, like at least 2 pieces of paper. I mean, you could do front and back, so I mean, 2 pieces of paper should be good. There we go. All right. And I just tweeted that out. I don't care. I'm still going to say tweet and Twitter. I don't care. I truly don't. All right. Pin to profile. Boom shakalaka. All right. So we are 23 minutes away from the live stream. Let's see here. There we go. Okay. We are 23 minutes away from the live stream. What's going on, everyone? Brian, what's up, dude? I see you, man. Brian's coming. Oh, God, Brian's coming. Oh, Brian, you X'd it. Ew, dude, don't say that. Ew. Yes. Yo, that was freaking funny. Yo, we are over 200 likes already, and we are 16 minutes into the stream. Let's go. We're going to try for a new record today, baby. And this stream is just now getting started. Let's see if they started their countdown yet. And they have not. They have not started their countdown yet. So as soon as they do, we will be over there. All right. So how's everyone doing? Does anyone want to do some predictions in chat? Shout out where you're from, all that jazz. Love from Israel. I see you. I see you. Nice. Shout out to Denmark. Okay. I see you. Coney Island Easter egg. Ooh, what is the Coney Island Easter egg? Yo, Mike 01 Kenobi. What's up, man? I love the name. I still love the name. The Mike Zero part is messing with me because I'm still having PTSD flashbacks from our other stream. But dude, thank you so much for that super sticker, man. I appreciate you. Yo, shout out to Atlanta. New York. Okay. North Kakalaki, I see you. Is snow coming to Washington, D.C.? I don't know. That would be cool. That would be really cool, actually. We'll see. Yo, San Antonio, Texas in the house. Cape Town, I see you. Miami. Oh, snap. Vermont. Oh, dude, we have a few from Miami. Oh, snap. Mississippi. Yo, that crooked letter I. Humpback, hi. Let's get it. Idaho, who to pimp? Rusty, who to pimp? Who to pimp, buddy? Johnny in Cincinnati, I see you. Oh, we got Scotland in the house. Uh-oh. West Virginia, I see you. Oh, the UK, Greece. We have Dallas. We have Knoxville. We have Ohio. More Cincinnati. Okay, Ohio coming in strong. Missouri. Oh, Missouri. My bad. Denver in the house. Canada. Thailand. Okay. Potato Country, Idaho. I actually, Knight Rider, I actually rode a block of ice down the owner of Idaho Potatoes, his property. It's a really long story, and we can talk about it in a different stream. But I actually met those people, the Idaho Potato people. Yeah, right there in Boise, Germany ×2. DZ West. What about DZ West? What's in DZ? Hold on. Let me see.
Until the next time.
Let me do. What is in DZ West? Oh, Providence. Nice. Very nice. What's in DZ South? Oh, we have Hanayu. And then we have Walker Harris. Very nice. Cool. Yo, Chris! They need to bring back Nomad, dude, with the super sticker. Yo. Nomad would be sick. All right. Here's another thing we could talk about. What gear set would you bring back from the Division 1? Because we've already gotten Striker, right? I mean, what about Final Measure? What about Reclaimer? What about Nomad? You know, things like that. I don't want to say Predator because we already have, Ridgeway's Pride, but All of those other ones. Banshee, dude. Yo, PA, shout out to PA, North Cali, I see you. Chattanooga, Tennessee in the house. Nebraska. Okay, okay. I want the historian to come back. Ooh, Lone Star. Oh, dude, Lone Star. Oh, I forgot about Lone Star. Oh my gosh. But if they do Lone Star, they have to bring back, what was that LMG? What was that LMG? Oh, Alejandro. Alejandro. Yo, they have to bring back. They have to bring back Lone Star with the big Alejandro. Oh my gosh, that would be huge, man. Yo, we have over 500 people in here already. If you haven't yet, hit the thumbs up. This is going to be a stream you are not going to want to miss. We are going to have a lot of big things talked about in today's stream. And it's going to be something that you're going to want to write down because it's going to take several videos and a lot of us talking and explaining for all of this information to get to everyone. So what I'll do in this stream is we'll listen to the devs start to finish, and then as soon as that's done, we'll go back to the beginning and we'll break down each of the points. Alpha Bridge. Alpha Bridge is huge. I still use Alpha Bridge. I love it, man. I still use that in Last Stand on Thursdays. If you didn't know, we do Last Stand Thursdays for Division 1. Yes, Division 1 is still popping. Yo, get this man 500 likes. Oh, snap. Yo, Sullivan just said if we get up to 500 likes, he'll gift out 5 more memberships. What? Yo, that's huge. All right, Sullivan, I see you, buddy. Yo, if we get up to 500 likes, he's going to give out some more memberships. Oh, damn. Sullivan coming in strong, brother. Thank you, dude. I appreciate you. All right, we are... What are we? We are 15. We are 17 minutes away. 17 minutes away. Let me see if their stream is up yet. They usually do it about 15 minutes. All right. Nope. It's still not here. Negative. 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 Nope. There's still no stream. Not yet. All right. Not yet, people. So we are, what, 17 minutes? Oh, 16 minutes away. Okay, okay. Hey, yo, what up, Benny? I see you, Benny. Louisiana in the house. Alpha Bridge was my go-to. Yeah, dude. Alpha Bridge was sick. My go-to, I actually like to do a lot of hybrid builds with that Ninja Bike. I know that the Ninja Bike has the stigma for it in Division 2, because you're losing a backpack talent, but in Division 1, you didn't have a backpack talent. So you were able to use Strike She. Shit, man, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to. For obvious reasons, if you heard that, just put, I heard that in chat. That'll be our little thing. You don't have to say what you heard, but, you know, just say I heard that. I'm sorry. What was I even freaking talking about? Stupid. Dude, don't get older. I'm telling you. Anyways. Division 1, right? So we're talking about Division 1. My go-tos. Oh, yeah, Strike She, where it was Striker and Banshee. Striker and Predator's Mark was a good one. Predator's Mark and Banshee. There were so many good hybrid builds that came out of that in the Division 1. But in the Division 2, with things like backpack talents and chest piece talents, it makes it a little harder to, you know, put into the Ninja Bike, but it still does its job. Everyone heard that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Dude said, "God damn." How long until the Ubisoft stream? 14 minutes. Let's see if they have their timer up. They usually have their timer up by now. Negative. Nothing yet. In any minute now, they're going to have... Oh, there it is. There's their timer. All right, here we go, people. We are live. We are live. There you go. There's your timer. Yo, Colton B coming in with the super chat. Let's go. $50 makes me holla. What's up? How's everyone doing? Alpha Pred was legit. Yo, I need to try that one. Simon, thank you. I'll try that one this Thursday. Alpha Pred. Let me write that one down. Hold up. Alpha Pred. There we go. All right. Alpha Pred for sure. Let's get it. Exile. Yo, Exile coming in with the membership. Let's get it, dude. Yo, welcome, man. Welcome. Show everyone your new Kamikazevondoom emotes. Or are they called emojis? Whatever. Yo, Koi, I see you, brother. Hey, we need to do some runs together, Koi. I've got a lot of tricks that I have yet to show you, my friend. We need to get together. My ear is still ringing from that burp. Hey, I'm sorry, man. It was from just coffee. I promise you, that was a coffee burp. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Like, literally, my liquids, it's either coffee or it's water. I mean, let's be real. Ivan, I see you. David, I'm 49. Hey, man. You're still going strong, brother. You're not even over that hump yet, buddy. You still got to hit 50. Milo, I see you. I see you, Milo. What's going on, everyone? All right. This is going to be a big one. This is going to be a biggie. I'm telling you. I'm telling you right now. Coffee with Kahlua. Ooh, James. Yes. Dude, I like your style, man. Let's get it. Hell yeah, man. With Kahlua. Dang. So you got coffee with a little punch in there. Okay, okay. I like it. I like it. Now, is it more Kahlua or is it more coffee? Is it like coffee with like a hint of Kahlua, or is it Kahlua with a hint of coffee? Coffee with Bailey's. Ooh. Get Kahlua out of here. Bailey's. Hey, Bailey's. Yep. Damn, dude, you just got called out bad. Everyone's like, no, Bailey's. Bailey's. Yo, I love it, man. I love it. Let's go. Yo, I see you, Iowa. I see you. I heard that, Brody. Hey, thank you, Rock. United Legions. I'm 39. Hey, nice, man. There you go. 39, staying alive. You still have a lot of kick left in you, brother. You're still whippersnapper. Isn't that what they call them? Coffee and Bailey's, duh. Okay, guys. All right, don't freaking chastise the guy. Maybe he likes Kahlua. Come on. Yo, we're over 600 in the stream already. If you haven't yet, please hit that thumbs up. We are 10 minutes away from this special report that is going to definitely shake up the game as we know it. I'm pretty sure everybody is going to be affected by this in some way. We'll see. I can't say anything else. Yo, DOD in the building. Let's get it. All right. Everyone, hey, just tell everyone how old you are in chat. And if you don't feel comfortable doing that, just give like a ballpark. Everyone's saying how old they are in chat. So if you haven't yet, tell everyone how old you are in chat. I remember we did a poll the other day about that, and it was pretty damn even. We had people from like 18 all the way to like 60. It was pretty crazy. Yo, look at these numbers flooding in. Holy shit. 44, 58, 22. Oh my God. 48, 30. I'm trying. 51, 40, 34. I am over 40. Okay. 19. Dude said I'm 7. You can't be 7, man. Yo, get off your mom's iPhone. Proud 40. There you go. Yeah. Yeah, we're killing it right here. Dude said I'm 18, 19 and proud. Hey, there's nothing wrong with that, man. Nothing wrong with that. Life is only going to get better. I'm 01. Oh, Mike 01. Oh, shit. Damn, dude. That Mike 01, I have to make a t-shirt, don't I? All right. I got to write that one down, too. Make a Mike 01 t-shirt. I survived Mike 01. Yo. If you guys were there for that, I'm sorry. That was such a shit show. Those servers were bad. 8 minutes to go, people. 8 minutes to go. If you haven't yet, hit the thumbs up. Let's get this hype train going. I'm not fucking around, okay? I'm sorry for the harsh language. I'm not messing around with this one. This live stream is going to change the game. It is going to resolve a lot of things. So you are going to want to like have some sort of notepad out and get ready, because your builds might change, things might change. You're gonna want to like sit down, make sure you're not standing up, because maybe the shock might send all the blood to your head and then like you faint or something. There's gonna be changes. Why? But why go straight to negative? Everyone goes straight to negative. There's going to be positive changes too. Does that make you feel better? There's going to be changes in general. Positive, negative, in between. I am immortal. I have inside Blood Kings. What? Guy Jordan. Yo. Guy Jordan, can you please elaborate in chat what you mean by you have inside Blood Kings? Please. That sounds good. And I need to know your guy. So please elaborate on how you are immortal. I'd like the Von Doom to do that as well. ABOMBF 150. What's up, Kami? When are you gonna do Xbox Incursion runs again? And I'm age 46. Nice, dude. 46 is still young, brother. Hey, I appreciate the super chat. And to answer your question, when are we doing another Xbox Incursion run? I would probably say within the next week or so. The thing is with holidays, I have certain crews, right? So we did Xbox, and then I'm supposed to do PlayStation and PC. So I have certain crews for each of these to help everyone, you know, throughout the community. So we did do our Xbox live stream help, and we helped quite a few people. It was really fun. However, I do understand that we didn't help everybody, so we will be doing another Xbox Incursion help live stream. So don't worry. What I'll probably do to answer your question, F-150, is I'll probably make a post in my community tab on my channel, and I'll just give you a heads up, maybe like a 1 or 2 days heads up, and just be like, hey guys, I'm going to do Incursion help runs on this platform on this day, just so that you get ready. Because we will definitely be helping out more people, for sure, man. It just takes a second to just get everyone together with the schedules and the holidays, but we're definitely going to keep doing it, man. I really enjoy running that Incursion, and it's really cool seeing people's reactions when I show them how we do things and how fast we do them. It's insane, truly. Because, what was it? Our last stream, we did an Incursion help run, and we got this guy, his first ever run. We got him a 11-minute flawless clear with the Ouroboros. Just blew his freaking mind. His mind was blown, dude. I loved it. I loved it. It's things like that that make me happy. Just helping out people and like seeing their reactions, priceless. All this hype for Popsicle Stick, Backpack Trophy. Armin, oh, Armin coming out with the shots. Shots fired. Shots fired. Nah, man, nah. It's not going to be just a popsicle stick backpack trophy. Not this time, brother. Not this time. This one's legit. I wouldn't steer you wrong, man. There's a lot of people out here that go for clout, go for fame, whatever. I'm just here to just bring you the shit, man. I don't care. I really don't care. I'm a disabled veteran. I get to be with my family and run a business at home. I mean, all this shit is just, it's my hobby. I like to help you guys out. That knowledge is power, man. And what I've noticed in these games is they don't really explain a lot. And these games are very complex, so I try to spread that knowledge. Yo, shout out to Recon 2400 coming in with that super sticker. Hey, hit that like. Hey, thank you so much, Recon. Thank you, brother. And hey, we have just about, we have over 800 people in here already. If you haven't yet, please hit the thumbs up. We're trying to hit a new record for likes, so if you haven't yet, hit the like. This is going to be a stream that you are not going to want to miss. This is going to be a good stream full of information that you want to hear. I promise you. And there's going to be things in here that they're going to say that you didn't think you wanted to hear, but you do want to hear. It's going to be good. I can't hype this one up enough. The only thing I can say is get 2 pieces of paper, put them in front of you, and get a pen. All right? Because you're going to want to write down a lot of things that they're going to say. Just saying. 59 and in the UK. Hey, shout out to Adrian. I see you. Adrian in the UK. Yo, what up, Philly? Philly in the house. I see you, Matthew. Classified gear. That would be pretty sick, man. Jim, thank you. Hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate the kind words. Let's see here. Commercial. Nah, there's no commercial, man. Oh, wait. YouTube. Yeah. My bad. Yeah. YouTube will throw in commercials, obviously. This is I am a YouTube partner. So whenever they hit milestones, like I'm sure you just got hit with an ad whenever we hit 800 viewers or whatever. Whenever it hits certain milestones, it'll throw in ads for people. It's just how YouTube works, man. I'm sorry. It is what it is. Yo, we are over 400 likes in 36 minutes. Let's get it. Hey, thank you, David. I appreciate that, brother. Hey, Rich Porter in the house. Brian's 51 in Louisiana. Yo, give me some of that Tony Satcheries. If you know, you know. Patrick in Arizona, I see you, brother. What is that? D Still in the North Pole. Yo, shout out to the North Pole, man. I hope you're staying warm, brother. Yo, tell Santa to put in a good word for the kids, man. Almost about to hit that 500 likes. Hey, everyone, just so you know, once we hit 500 likes, Solvent Mountain said he's going to gift out 5 new memberships to my channel. So once we hit 500 likes, glue your face to chat because Solvent's going to gift out some more memberships. Let's get it. So if you haven't yet, obviously hit the like. We are 90 seconds away from this special report. This is going to be huge, people. Hey, I see you. Shout out to Utah. What up? Oregon in the motherfucking house. Yo, shout out to Havana, Cuba, Canada. Look at this. From the UK, much love. Everything is better with Tony Satcheries. There you go. He knows. That guy knows what's up. All right. Yo, Michigan in the house. Spokane, Washington. I had to do a lot of survival training there. Ish. Spokane. Yo, Liverpool. Hey, cool story. My family is from Liverpool. Yo, shout out to the LTR, the Latin Rogue Agents. I see you. Yo, we're making our way to 600 likes. 500 likes, my bad. Let's go. Phoenix, Brazil, Queens, Egypt, Texas, Fort Myers, Germany, Serbia. Holy shit, man. California. Yo, shout out where you're from. Holy crap. New Jersey. I see you. In the Middle East. I see you, Omen. South Carolina, North Carolina, Anaheim, Chicago. Bears. Baltimore, I see you, Canada. Colombia, Alabama, Indiana, Nebraska, Portugal. Let's go. Dade City, Dallas. Oh, the big D. Pennsylvania, let's get it. Sweden, Puerto Rico, Fort Hood, Czech Republic. I see you. Fort Hood, Texas. Oh, here we go.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the very special report. My name is Daria. I'm the community developer.
Girl, you are whispering.
Today with me, Yannick.
Hello.
Are you feeling today?
You are whispering.
Really
Let me turn up the volume.
Talk about Project Resolve and all the stuff we've been working on. So yes.
Nice. As you can see, we're in a festive mood,
Yep.
wearing some festive decorations. And before we start, just a quick reminder that this is not a live stream where we're going to show new content. That's not about new gear, not about new season. That's why it is very special. And to explain to you what Project Resolve is, let's watch a pre-recorded video we made earlier this month.
Hello, agents. Launched Project Resolve, a comprehensive seasonal update focused on health and quality of life for the Division 2.
Thanks to your feedback, our goal with Project Resolve is to enhance the overall player experience and establish a solid foundation for future content by making significant improvements to the game's health and stability. The recent shift in season length has allowed us to focus on building this broad and impactful update while maintaining the game quality as you continue to enjoy our content.
We will start with a public test this week, followed by another test in January, culminating in the full release in February to all Division 2 players. Project Resolve is divided into 3 key areas: stability, health, and gameplay improvements. From thousands of bug fixes to PvP improvements, we're digging into everything.
Just to give you a glimpse at the few main areas of improvements Division agents can expect: enhanced stability with a focus of in-game performance and reducing crashing on all platforms. Improvements to PvP combat with a status effects rework, conflict rewards buffs addressing glitches, and more to make the experience more enjoyable for everyone.
Major balancing overhaul to give you more choices for powerful weapons in PvE. Expertise and optimization cost reduction to make upgrades more accessible. Changes to projects and global events to make them more fun and worthwhile.
Quality of life improvements, including scaling open world loot crates with world difficulty and the ability to recalibrate directly from the inventory.
And we have more you can find out about in our article linked in the description.
Initiating Project Resolved meant our team needed to build a solid foundation, which has affected some of our previously announced plans. Following the current season, Year 5, Season 3, Vanguard, will release in February 2024, which will include the health updates from Project Resolve in full, as well as normal seasonal content you expect, like a new manhunt, season pass, and apparel event. This does mean we have made the tough decision to move the DLC release to 2025.
As always, your input is invaluable to us, and we will continue to incorporate it into our decision-making processes as we continue the journey of improving the game as part of Project Resolve and beyond.
To provide you with more insight into the next few months, we'll release detailed patch notes and provide frequent updates on the PTS content and results.
Starting December 15th, PC players will have the opportunity to test out this initial set of changes and fixes alongside Season 3 gear.
We can't wait for you to dive in and explore the new features and improvements. You can get ready by preloading the public test server on December 14th, so you'll be all set to jump right into the action.
Thank you, Yannick, for in-depth explanation, and thank you, Radu, as well. So as
We'll
you
talk
can
about it.
see,
We'll talk about
Project Resolve is only possible because Massive and Bucharest Studio work together, and
Yeah.
just spill the tea, give us all the details.
Well, there's a lot to unpack here, but just, first, the context is just that. I mean, we all know the reality of what the day-to-day is in the game. We know that there are some challenges in terms of performances, in terms of stability, in terms of quality in general. This is feedback we've been receiving from all of you for some time, and that we see ourselves when we look at the game and when we play the game. So we've wanted for some time to make improvements, to really try to spend some time on quality and improving the game and fixing that. But this is only possible to make really significant improvements. We can only do that when we actually focus the entire team on this. And so that was the big decision we made when we started working on Project Resolve, was like, okay, let's put everything on hold, let's pause, and let's focus on improving the game. And it's not an easy decision, because of course we all want exciting new things, we all want the revamps, we all want the new DLC and all of that, but it's ultimately the most important thing first is to really work on the foundations and improve the game. So that was the main decision behind Project Resolve, and the first area of Project Resolve, and the real reason why this exists, is quality, it is improvement, it is stability, performances. And then on top of that, we looked at all the things gameplay-wise and experience-wise that we can do that we always hear feedback of, from the players, and we're always like, yeah, that would be great, we would love to do that, but we never really have time to put this in any update. So we thought, let's take that opportunity as we are focusing the entire team on this. Let's actually go and revisit some of the things that we've been wanting to do for a while, but have been on top of our our wish list and try to spend some time making those improvements as well. So of course that's PvP was very high on top of the list, but not just, also a lot of things in PvE, really trying to remove a lot of the frictions you have when you play the game on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, there's, as we said, there is a lot in Project Resolve and from a lot of different angles. But overall, I really hope that this is going to allow players to, learn to re-enjoy the game, to forget about some of the small frustrations and the small frictions and really just enjoy the video game as it is.
Yeah, and it's not an overstatement that there are more than 1,000 bugs. I know that it's even more now.
Yeah, almost 2,000, yeah.
Almost 2,000 now. So yeah, it's a very big improvement and groundwork to lay for the future improvements. And of course, we're going to go into all the details. Like this stream is what it's all about, to give you a glimpse of what Project Resolve is. Some things are still work in progress, and they're going to be available on PTS. And of course, there is always a possibility for them to be adjusted based on your feedback, as usual. So do not take this as the final version of what we're gonna release in February together with the rest of the season. It's just basically we want to share the general approach and the general ideas behind all those changes and how we want to approach them. But before that, I think it's important to also explain how the Project Resolve influenced the existing roadmap. And as you know, we shared the roadmap earlier this year, and because of the Project Resolve, there were a few shifts made here and there. So let's understand why. And yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, as I said, it's like for Project Resolve to be and to really be the full scope that we wanted it to be, we needed almost the entire team to really just work on that. We didn't want any distractions. We didn't want to have to discuss priorities, okay, Project Resolve or this other piece of content. So we decided to kind of freeze, in a way, our development on many things, which means, of course, that things we had planned earlier had to be moved later. But as you can see, our first focus has been Project Resolve, and this is going to be what comes out with the next title update, the next season. And then after that, we take the next year 6, and this is where we're going to be then releasing the other pieces that we had been working on. They are not finished, so as soon as Project Resolve is out, we're going to go back to working on the rest. But we had made some good progress on those already, so it's not as if we're starting from scratch. Of course, the big ones here being the revamp of the seasons 2.0 that you will see here in Season 2, Year 6, Season 2. So this is, well, we're not here to go in details on that, but this is really rethinking the season approach in the Division 2. And then, of course, the story DLC that we had initially planned for Year 5. That needs to be moved all the way to Year 6. So we can really, once we are done with Project Resolve, really take all the work that's been done also with Resolve in terms of improvements, in terms of performance and all those things, and really work on that DLC with what's the best the game has to offer, so we can really bring it to the level of quality that will make us proud.
Yeah, but as we mentioned, the Project Resolve is here to lay the solid groundwork for the future content and DLC specifically. So that's why it's very important to understand why the shift happened and why it is our utmost, focus and the utmost importance is the Project Resolve right now. And we're going to publish the roadmap on our website and on socials, so you can take a look at it later. No need to screenshot anything unless you want to. Feel free to screenshot.
You will anyway.
Yeah. And also another roadmap that we showed in the pre-recorded video is a roadmap dedicated specifically to the Project Resolve. And as you noticed, there are going to be 2 test phases. So first test phase, as Yannick and Radu explained in the video, is actually going to happen this week. The preload will be available on 14th. And from December 15th to 18th, you are welcome to try almost all the changes that are going to be a part of Project Resolve. As usual, since we're going to have 2 phases, not everything is going to be available right at the first phase. And please refer to the patch notes. We're going to publish those later this week. And as you can see, also the Year 5 Season 3 gear was moved to the second phase. It's because we want you to concentrate on the Project Resolve changes and improvements and balancing first and foremost. And then in January, we're gonna reconvince and collect all your feedback, make changes based on the feedback, and hopefully have a second successful test phase. And after that, the Project Resolve is going to be released together with the Season 3 Vanguard, with the rest of the gear, Manhunt, and pretty much everything that seasons are about. And of course, it's not going to be the end of it. We will continue monitoring your feedback. We will continue adding the improvements to the game. So basically, everything that you have to say about the Project Resolve changes, about the balancing, about the new features, about quality of life updates that are going to come with Project Resolve, please make sure to spare some time and test this amazing features on the PTS. Unfortunately, it's also going to be available only on PC, but for our console players, as usual, we're going to have the character template, level 40 character template. So if you're not a PC player but still want to take part in the test, you're welcome to download the client and have the pre-built character for you.
Yep. And again, I think what's very important is to really state again that it's not just limited to Project Resolve. There are improvements that we have in mind that are going to come afterwards. There are things we're going to try in Project Resolve. You will see when we go through those changes. Some things that are more drastic than others. So we're going to be trying things, and maybe some of them I hope will be popular. Some might be less popular. So we will adapt afterwards. But it's really about, especially when we're thinking of like big topics like PvP. You will see there are some changes in here where I'm really curious and really excited to see what the reaction and the feedback will be. And in some cases, we're trying to be a bit bolder and see what kind of changes we can make. But this is the first package, and this is going to be an ongoing thing in Year 6 as well.
Yeah. So as we mentioned, that's just a glimpse at what's coming, and then it's up to you to vote for the most popular changes. Press the button. Okay, but we talked a lot about what Project Resolve is, but let's get into details. And actually,
we haven't even started with the
cards. There are a lot of
There's
cards. Oh my God, some of them I even have an extra.
They actually unfold because it didn't fit on one card, and there's like I don't know how many.
It's
of
not
them.
even all of that. It's just
look at that one.
If you haven't already hit that
I shouldn't open it. There's text
look
behind
at the
that.
list of changes we're about
If I
to
lift
talk
it, look,
about.
there's text
Look at the
behind.
list of
I mean, I
changes.
try
Here we go,
to
here
be
we go.
conscious
Yo,
and
hit that like.
eco-friendly,
Over
so I did
1,200
not
people,
print
let's go.
everything that we had. But then again, I have Yannick for that. He has everything memorized. He asked me not to say that specifically, but
I know every detail of every single thing that every person in this team did.
oops.
No, I
It's
don't.
probably.
So I might make mistakes, but we'll be fine.
Yeah, let's look at all the changes that we're gonna have and we're gonna discuss today. So main topics. I mean, it would just make sense to say that all the changes can be categorized under PvP and PvE specific changes, probably except for the expertise. That's why it's a separate line. But today we also just going to discuss status effects, conflict, dark zone, fixes to dark zone, balancing, global events, projects, quality of life update, game modes, new features, a lot of stuff. And that's just, a very general overview of what Project Resolve is. And first up, let's dive into status effects.
Oh yeah.
I know that a lot of PvP players were not very expectant of a lot of PvP updates to be shared on this live stream, and you guys
It's
are in
fair.
for a surprise. It's fair, but finally your time has come.
Right, it's starting anyway. But yes, I mean, it's when it comes to PvP and when we started discussing, okay, where do we want to start to try to make PvP better? The main focus for us with Project Resolve in terms of PvP, it's at least the primary focus has been the PvP combat. It's been really trying to make encounters from player to player to feel better, to feel more balanced, and to allow to not it just be about whoever shoots first, but actually allow for counters and for opportunities to react and to turn it around. So obviously, status effects for PvP players has been a big topic for a very long time. So we wanted to try to approach it. We also did not want the approach to be, okay, let's nerf status effects to the ground and make it irrelevant, because that status effect is still a big part of the game. You can build towards it. There's a lot of mechanics around that. There's a lot of items that are built on status effects, and we didn't want to just remove that from the PvP experience. So the approach is more to try to keep it in check, and also make sure that we actually first prevent the overuse of status effects, and also allow players to have counters and to react when affected by status effects. So, no, to the list.
Time to look at the notes. And yeah, as Yannick mentioned, even though the status effect changes prioritize PvP experience, still some changes going to apply in PvE as well. But I honestly do not know where to start.
We'll keep an eye on that. But so with status effects, the main thing first is in terms of diminishing returns. So we're going to be implementing proper diminishing returns. So that means that when you apply a status effect on someone and then you apply that status effect again, the effects are going to be reduced and reduced and reduced until the person has eventually full immunity. So first, that's trying to limit the overstacking of status effects on other players. One thing that we're doing as well is we're categorizing those status effects into categories, which is, I have to look at my notes, but crowd control and damage over time. So it's not just diminishing returns in terms of shock and then shock and shock. Each status effect is categorized either in the crowd control area or in the damage over time area, and then the diminishing return applies to that whole family. So if we take, for example, if you apply bleed to someone and then you apply burn to someone, those are two damage over time status effects. So that means the diminishing return is going to apply already on the second one, even if it's not exactly the same, as long as it's in the same category. So that's the first part. And then the main thing with those, I guess we can actually start going through the details, because then it's on a case-by-case basis depending on the which status effects we are talking about. But when you take, burn, for example, so we talked about having counters. So with burn, for example, what we're going to do is we're going to say when you're dodge rolling, when you're under a burn effect, this is going to actually diminish the effect that you have on you. So you're going to be able to, if you have burn, you're going to be able to roll, or as you roll, as anytime in the game when you dodge roll, this is going to actually take away some of the burn that you have on you. So that's one way for us to make sure that we give you some control and some way to react to that. For bleed, for example, what we're saying is if you don't move when you bleed, you're going to also actually reduce the intensity of the bleed. But when you start moving, then it goes in full effect. So these are just examples on ways we are looking at kind of changing also a bit the moment to moment in PvP. So it's really a game of like reacting also to what's happening. So it's no longer just, I have a status effect, I'm gonna die. No, there's the diminishing return, but there's also things you can do to actually try to
counter that.
And try to actually stay alive. One thing also that's going to be an important change in regards to status effects is that all the repair skills will now give you protection. So what that means is that with an application of a healing skill or repair skill, you're going to get 50%. Sorry, I'm looking at my notes. I don't know the numbers. 50% hazard protection. So any heal effect is now also going to actually reduce the intensity of status effects and hazards in general. So that's also another way for us to try to make also the support and the healer role a bit more interesting and a bit more relevant in PvP, and make heal in general more useful, because until now it would have been just like not necessarily great in PvP, or because it's mostly just about shooting. So now hopefully this allows for another way also to react to status effect, especially as a team, and you can build your team towards it.
And also, it's important to mention that diminishing returns will not apply in PvE. So that's a PvP specific info. And also, as an example, shock, for example, right? Player will have slower movement to kind of make sure that they prevent from shooting, but it's PvP only. It won't apply in PvE.
Yeah.
And same for the Plague of Outcast, also going to be PvP only.
Yeah. And so we're also looking at things like the booster hive, and we've kind of drastically increased or improved the booster hive. So it's really going to become a skill that is going to be more relevant in PvP and really allow you to get some protection. And there's also another change that's actually not listed in here. So I'm jumping to another category, but it's very relevant to PvP. Is that now you're actually going to be able, if you want, to consume an armor kit and to get an instant heal of 25% of your armor. So you can still hold the button to get the hold action, and then you get the full armor. Or you can decide to, I'm not sure if it's double tap or what the control is, but you can choose to actually consume it for an instant 25% heal, which in PvP is also hopefully going to allow you to get that quick heal and roll your way out of combat and then turn the situation around.
It's actually here. It even says that the bonus applies even after the animation finishes. So
it was listed here, okay.
It was here.
I can't read.
Thank you for mentioning it. It's fine.
So anyway, there's more to it. This is just some of the gist. But yes, it's again, it's about keeping it in control, diminishing return, giving you some options to react either to the effect itself with the dodge roll, with the movement, with all of that, or having easier access to instant heal, and also making healing skills and healing rolls in general, therefore more useful in PvP.
Yeah, I mean, even though we mentioned that these changes will primarily target PvP, we're still going to monitor their effect on PvE. Yep. And that's where your feedback comes in handy. But of course, it's just a general glimpse at what the change is going to be about. We will publish the detailed patch notes with all the values and explanation of what the diminishing returns is, how they are applied to different skills, how they're going to work now. So you're going to have your hands on all that information very soon.
And again, these are propositions, so especially PvP players, if you have a chance, please jump in on the PTS, tell us how it feels, because there's a lot of moving pieces. So the best way to know if this actually works is just to crash test it on the PTS.
Absolutely. And while we're on topic of PvP, there are also a few fixes. Not all of them, of course not, but just a few of them that I thought that a lot of people would be happy to hear about. So basically, to give you just a very general overview, the shield glitch has been fixed.
Corner glitch. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean that's been plaguing us for a while, right? But the glitch that allowed people to use their shield to actually shoot through corners and through cover without being seen, we fixed it. We fixed several of them actually, because there's more than one issue here. Hopefully we fixed all of them. If not, please let us know. But yeah, hopefully this will be a thing of the past and no longer hiding behind cover and actually shooting through them.
Yeah, and letter glitch as well.
Mm-hmm.
Was also targeted, and yeah, so whoever tried doing that, it's done. Your days are done.
I'll try again on PTS. Tell us.
Yeah, please do. You won't be punished for that, I promise. And also on the topic of other PvP changes, there were a few made in Conflict and Dark Zone. And let's start with Conflict. So with Conflict, main priority, main idea was to make sure that it's the purest PvP experience available in the game, and by making it balanced to all players.
Yeah, exactly. So it's Conflict is, we want that to be mostly about your skills as a PvP player. RPG still matters, your build still matters, but it shouldn't matter as much, especially your seniority in the game. So the most drastic change we are doing in Conflict is that when you enter Conflict now, we are going to take away your shade bonuses and your expertise bonuses. These will be brought down to 0. So it is about you and about the items you have, and no longer about how many hours you have spent on a game. So that's one way for us one drastic way to try to bring balance into Conflict. Then what else do we have in here?
We also have one of the positive changes, that the gear and the loot that can be obtained in Conflict was also buffed. It's greater quality, improved quality of the rewards you can get there. Hopefully, we will be able to publish the whole list. I honestly do not have it with me here, but it's a big improvement compared to what we have in the game right now.
Yeah, we don't want you to choose to play Conflict at the cost of your progression in the game, your progression in terms of XP or in terms of gear. So we really want to try to make it as rewarding as we can. So time spent on Conflict is as rewarding as time spent on anything else. So it is not a sacrifice to choose to play Conflict compared to anything else.
It's also important to mention spawn areas and loadout switching.
Yeah, so spawn areas. So one thing we are trying, and I talked about changes that are things we want to try. I think this goes in this category. Is we are actually going to have turrets protecting the spawn areas in the Conflict maps to try to prevent spawn camping. So yeah, let's see if that works out or if we need other measures. But that's one way for us to try to make sure that there is also a chance to recover as a team, and you're not just being pushed to the spawn point and then spawn camped and you have no way to come out. So the turrets will hopefully be here to help you out a bit on that. And in terms of loadouts, yes, we also want, we don't want a Conflict game to be just about switching loadouts to adapt to whatever the other players have. We want you to be able to adapt, but not necessarily just switch on the go. So what we're going to do is we're only going to allow you one loadout switch per spawn. So when you die and you respawn, you're allowed to change your loadout, but then when you go back into the action, you can no longer change your loadout. So this is really to try to make you commit to a play style, and then really, once again, make the best out of it and make it be about your skills and less about how many items do you have in your stash.
And we believe that would allow for a bigger variety of play styles and more different players to actually find Conflict as a more appealing game mode. Yep. And the same changes, from what I remember, is going to be applied in the Dark Zone regarding the turrets.
I mean, turrets we have in the Dark Zone. Now, what we're doing in the Dark Zone is also in terms of loadout switching. So it's not exactly the same, but what we're going to do. So, sorry, let me rewind. With the Dark Zone, one thing we want to change is that we really want to try to push the identity of the Dark Zones, especially the invaded Dark Zone and the non-invaded. to try to find the best compromise between offering a really intense PvP, rogue versus agent chase experience, and that's going to be mostly in the invaded dark zone, and then the non-invaded dark zone being something that is a bit milder for players that are not necessarily looking for this kind of fights. There will still be PvP in the dark zone. We are not taking it away, but what we want to try to make it a bit more fair in the non-invaded dark zone and keep the invaded for those who are really looking for that rogue experience. So one thing we're doing, for example, is it's especially focusing on the rogue mechanics in the non-invaded dark zone. We're going to make the hold to go rogue longer. So it's from, what are the values here? Was 0.75 seconds. Now it's going to be 5 seconds. So you actually have to commit. You really have to go in hiding and hold that button. So it's no longer just a surprise behind the back of another player and shoot them directly. You have to plan and anticipate for it. Then the other thing that we're doing is extend the duration of the rogue first rank. So it takes a bit longer to actually go up in rank. And then especially the most important is again about loadouts. Once you go rogue, in the non-invaded dark zone, once you go rogue, you can no longer change loadout. So this is also, again, a commitment. You need to think, you need to plan and anticipate, and then commit to whatever decisions you've made.
Yeah, and we hope that these changes would actually increase accessibility of the dark zone and reintroduce this mode to a wider audience, because back in the days it was fun and accessible for almost everyone. Nowadays it's like everybody looks for something different in the dark zone. So it's always going to be tough because it's a PvPvE area, and some people will go there because they're looking for PvE incentives. Some people will go there for PvP incentives. And the luxury we have, I know that the 3 dark zone concept is not necessarily the most popular decision we've made, but that's what we have now. So let's use that, and let's really try to give identity, use the fact that we have 3 dark zones and give identity, so we have different rule sets between them, and really try to have different dark zones that offer different things depending on what you want. So again, this is why we're saying invaded dark zone, this is the intense one. Non-invaded, this is something that is a bit more accessible for everyone. So it is a bit less intimidating as a player, but it's not necessarily into PvP. It is a bit less intimidating. But once again, if you want to play rogue in those, you absolutely can. It's just you need to know what you're doing. Yeah, there is a chance to customize, in a way, your experience and choose what works best specifically for you, and still be able to enjoy dark zones there, because that's one of the most exciting parts in the game. And to finish off with the PvP changes, let's talk about expertise for a second, because it's another thing that we mentioned earlier today and does not necessarily belong to PvP changes, but would also affect them greatly. And we have an infographic to show how drastically the values has been changed to make expertise and optimization costs more accessible for everyone. This is what you see right now on the screen. These are the new values, and if you want to compare those to what we had in the game before, that information can also be published. But to those who know, you can already see that it's so much less than it was originally.
Yeah, I mean, those numbers still probably look high for a lot of people, but it's, we just want it to be less of a grind. To be honest, grinding the expertise is maybe not the most fun part in the game, so we just want it to be a bit more accessible, and especially because we're taking it away in conflict, at least not in the dark zone, by the way. This change to reduce expertise and shade levels to 0 is only in conflict and not in dark zone. But now that we have that kind of in check, we're happy to make the expertise progression a bit faster. So it is less intimidating, less of a core that you have to do because of this grind. So we drastically reduce those costs.
Yeah, and that's. I don't think that there is more on that to say. We once again asking you to try out these new changes on the PTS in the end of the week. And the next big category and the next big topic that we want to discuss today is balancing. It's not only going to be about weapons and talents, we're also going to discuss how it's going to affect the gear.
Those cards, by the way, are absolutely not in the right order. So I apologize if I'm just like constantly looking for what is Daya talking about? Where is that?
Yeah, that's my fault. But here comes one of the biggest lists. I remember doing stuff like that in school whenever there are like long history conspects and you need to write everything down and there is not enough space and you just keep gluing some.
So the weapon balancing changes.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff. And it's a very small font, like super small. I need to squint my eyes to check those.
Hey, we have over
You wanna read all
1,300
of them?
people in here.
No,
if you
no,
haven't already,
I mean,
please
that
hit
was
that
your
thumbs
idea,
up. We're
right,
making
to
our
have
way to
everything,
1,000
just in
likes. Hit
case.
that thumbs up.
Let's
go.
just talk about what the general buff balance pass was aimed at.
Yeah, so the idea is and I mean, that's in general what we want to do is balancing anyway, but it's like, let's look at everything that is underperforming. Let's take, like, we don't want to nerf the stuff that is powerful, because if it's, it's powerful, it's fun and people like it. So we want to, limit as much as possible, like taking that fun away. But instead, let's look at everything else and try to make everything else just as fun and interesting. So it's really not about giving you more power, it's giving you more options. And so we looked at every weapon in every category or every weapon family and just looked at, okay, what kind of quick buff can we make to that weapon to actually give it more identity and also bringing it up closer to the power level of the best performing and the most popular weapons. So that's why this is a long list, because it's, again, it goes through every single weapon, and we're not going to, go through all of them, but it's in terms of weapon damage, in max size, in RPM, in, all kind of changes, depending on weapon, depending on which one it is. There are changes in here that are going to impact all of them.
Assault rifles, LMGs, submachine guns, rifles, marksman rifles, pretty much everything. And I think the most important part is also that exotic weapons, third attribute, will now be reconfigurable.
Yeah, that's something we've done more with the last exotics, and it was fairly popular. So yes, with Project Resolve, you're going to be able to recalibrate the third attribute of every exotic weapon in the game, which is cool. On the other hand, we know that it means that a lot of you are just going to be, going damage to targets out of cover. Because that's probably the best stat out there. This is something we have in mind, and this is something we're going to look at as well in terms of the value of those attributes and making sure that the other options are also interesting. It's not listed in here because I don't know yet if we will manage to make it for Project Resolve, but just want you to be aware that we know what the consequence of that change will be. But still, let's see how creative people can get with being allowed to change the third attribute of an exotic weapon.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. And another thing that I think important to mention here, that since intention was not to overbuff some exotic and named weapons, and certain buffs from the weapons that these named and exotics are based on may not carry over. So that's why we're going to publish the whole list for you to look through. It's not necessarily going to mention all the named and exotic weapons too, but just to make sure that we are not making some weapons overpowerful, but changing the base weapon and then applying that to the named and exotic as well. Yeah. I mean, is there, if you want to read
I was trying to see which ones stand out, but I'm just going to give you some random ones, right? But like F2000 replica and the shield splinterer in the process, Gonna get plus 50 RPM, plus 10 max size. That's one example. The military P416 and custom P416 Glory Days Eagle Bearer plus 50 RPM. In LMGs, Iron Lung actually getting a plus 10% weapon damage. Stoner LMG, Quiet Roar Blue Screen plus 20% weapon damage. What else do we have in here? Some machine guns, the M1928 Tommy gun, the Slayer, Ground Grade plus 10% weapon damage. What else do we have?
Threat Addict plus 15.
Yep.
Commando.
What else? MDR Battle Rifle, MDR Battle Rifle Replica, plus 10% weapon damage, plus 20 RPM. In MMR, also Covert SRS, SRS A1, SRS A1 Replica, Pinprick Mantis, plus 30% weapon damage. There's a lot. And again, some of them are smaller, some of them are bigger. So again, all of that will be on the PTS, and the full list will be published as well. So you can go through that, make your own mind, try them on the PTS, see if we went overboard with some of them. Maybe we'll see. That's what the PTS is for. But again, it's what taking the time to actually focus on improvements gives us. It's really doing a general pass on everything to really try to bring everything up.
And weapons are not the only thing that underwent such a pass. There has also been a gear balancing pass as well. Mainly targets brand sets. But you want to talk about it?
Sorry, I look eager. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. The brand sets. The idea with brand sets is just that. It feels like it's kind of rare to see people using 3 pieces because you have to sacrifice a gear set if you do that, or you have to sacrifice other things. And usually the 3 piece is not necessarily that interesting. So what we wanted to do with brand sets is really make sure that we reward the commitment to a brand set. So if you're going to use 2 pieces or 3 pieces of a brand set, those bonuses should be worth it. So what we did is we did a general pass on the brand sets to make sure that the 2 pieces and 3 pieces bonuses are actually better. So we are not changing the first piece. I think none of them has their first piece changed, but it's, again, big list of changes. Can't wait for people to screen grab that.
Zoom in.
That's what I do. If you look at, I don't know, what can I pick here from?
Let's go with Empress.
When you pick the one that didn't have a change to the 3-piece bonus, but Empress, for example, the 2-piece bonus is going to go from 10% skill damage to 20% skill damage. If we take whatever do we have in here?
Bellstone gonna get the 48% incoming repairs as a third.
As a third, yeah. Gilagard, no change to do 1 piece, but the second piece goes from 10% health to 20% health. The third piece goes from 1% armor regen to 3% armor regen. What else?
3 pieces on Habsburg Guard gonna give you 20% status effect.
Yeah. Fenris is going to get a 30% weapon stability on 3-piece instead of 20. What do we have as well? Petrov, 30% ammo capacity instead of 20% on 3-piece. So again, some of them get their 2-piece bonus increase, some of them don't. And then most of them get their 3-piece bonus increased as well.
Except
we are not changing,
except
for Empress. Yeah. We are not changing the bonus, we're just increasing them.
And the ones that remain unchanged, Providence, Circle of Concern, Yal, and we're going to publish the full list with all the changes with before and after, so you can compare where the second or third piece bonus increased, also in the patch notes.
Yeah. And it's going to be fun with the Ninja Bike to see how people actually combine that and like the game.
Yeah. And that's not it. We still have talents.
Oh yeah.
Talents balancing.
Where is that?
You can have my cards if you want. I don't know.
I'm not in talents.
I made sure to place everything in order. I don't know
I'm at the
why
wrong place.
mines are in order.
I'm at global events. I'm at the wrong place.
Now I have mine.
I stopped doing that. That's the last time I did it.
Okay, let's talk about
It's all going to
talents.
be on the patch notes anyway. So
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But what if there are, I don't know, some secret codes or my
you're going to see the note. Yannick, don't say that.
my PC password isn't there?
That could happen.
It's not. IT security is a big priority here. That's true. Why
Yes.
you're looking at me?
That's why I talk. Okay, so talents. I mean, same logic. Trying to look at the talents that are, that are underperforming, making them better. There's also, a PvP aspect to that. We want to make sure that some talents in PvP are either better or less, less the way to go. So some of those changes are actually PvP only. Some of those changes are for everything. But for example, the Doctor Home, the proc condition is going to change from headshots to target killed. So it's less a skill test and more of a okay, shoot at them. The Actum Est, which is from the I'm just having Sentinel, having brain fart. It's going to be 50% now in PvP only. 50% of the magazine is going to be filled with shocked ammo instead of 100%. What else do we have in here? Again, there's that very long list. Thunder Strike goes from 20% weapon damage to shocked enemies to 30% extra damage to shocked enemies. No, that's the other way around. From 30%, it goes to 20. It's a nerf.
It's going to be in the patch notes, so
It's going to be in the patch notes.
don't need to write anything down.
No. What else do we have? Big Game Hunter headshots will be plus 4% headshot damage instead of plus 2%. What else do we have? Intimidate is going to get 3 stacks per second, up to a max of 9. Instead of 1 stack to a max of 7. What else do we have in here?
Unbreakable and perfect unbreakable, only in PvP.
Yeah, Unbreakable is getting a small nerf from 50% to 40% armor repaired. PvP only, that change. Perfect goes from 55 to 50. So small tweaks for some of them, bigger for others. So yeah. Foundry Bulwark, also Process Refinery. Increase the makeshift repairs. This text. Sometimes it's hard to read the talents in our game. But it's going to... So increases makeshift repairs from 25% over 10 seconds to 35% over 10 seconds instead of 20 to 30. So we're increasing makeshift repairs and also the process refinery. I should have started with makeshift repairs, would have been easier. But anyway, there will be patch notes with all those details.
Yeah, I think that's enough to just give a general glimpse and the feel of it.
And also a change that is very important for PvP is the Technician's linked laser pointer is going to have its duration reduced from 20 seconds to 6 seconds. So
that's a big one.
No longer just 3 pulses on everyone that lasts forever.
And I guess that's pretty much what.
There was a blank. I was like, what's next?
Yeah, the plan. What's next? We still have a few topics to discuss. I just wanted to summarize everything and say that's pretty much it for the balancing. And thank you so much for giving us the reading comprehension class.
I just confused everyone even more.
Please do not rate his reading comprehension skills. But whatever. We also want to give you an update on the global events, projects, quality of life updates, and new features. But we'll start with the global events, and it's also a huge list because we actually targeted all of them, apart from your favorite. Golden Bullet is not here, but there is a reason for that. And as you can see, that's a very, very low... You don't have it?
I have it somewhere. I'll find it.
I'll start then. So the main idea behind it was to all the improvements for global events were aimed to make the rest global events, apart from the Golden Bullet, more fun and engaging, right? And basically what we wanted to do is to leverage the success of the Golden Bullet and try to apply it to the rest of the global events. So basically all of them underwent some changes here and there. There was also a huge list. Did you find yours? Good.
Yeah, I find it was misleading because it's printed on both sides, so I thought I didn't have the whole thing.
Yes, that's...
I sound very critical. I'm not criticizing Daria's methods, by the way. I'm just... we haven't rehearsed this so much. So.
Next time, I'm just going to print everything on A2 or A3 format and just, put it on the walls here. So
I'm just old,
Can't read. But I think we can also just give a glimpse of a few changes here and there. Like, for example, for Guardians, we wanted players to be more aggressive when engaging with angels and take more risks. That's why when killing an angel, in addition to restoring armor to full, 50% of total armor is going to be added to the bonus armor. Same thing for Guardians, increased damage buff from 30 to 50% because the previous damage felt a little bit underwhelming, so we just buffed it.
Yep.
Polarity switch. Let's see. Changed max stacks from 5 to 4 because it took too long to reach the full stacks, and we just decided to make it a bit easier. Also changed the damage bonus per stack from 20 to 25% to compensate for the last stacks. And killing an enemy with the right polarity will reload your weapon. Do you also want to?
Yeah, and the thing with polarity switch is just that also it's no longer going to be on hitting an enemy, but if you hit an enemy of the wrong polarity, you're going to lose stacks. Now it's actually going to be on killing that enemy. So we're actually allowing you to make mistakes and realize that you're shooting the wrong enemy. And it's just when you kill them, if you actually are shooting the wrong one, then you're going to lose stacks. And as we said, if you kill the right ones, you get an auto reload. So the idea is just to really, with polarity switch at least, was just to really make it first more forgiving, more impactful in terms of bonus, and especially also less of a reload fest, where suddenly, when you're in the flow and you're hitting the right enemies, but then you need to reload because you're out of ammo, and then you were in mindset of like, okay, I'm yellow, I'm going to shoot yellow. You have to reload. Wait, no, I'm blue. And so now it's going to reload automatically as long as you're playing it right. So it's really for us to really keep you in the flow of like having the right targets and playing the right colors.
Yeah, there, Hollywood triple explosion rage.
Hollywood is easy. More explosions, bigger
more
explosions.
Yeah, triple explosion damaged. Explosions generate signature ammo and grenades at your location.
And that was one angle with Hollywood, was also that it should be the signature weapon global event. So we really want to make sure that when you use your signature weapon, or when you play with the modifier, we give you the tools to actually keep it running. So it should really be the one where you're playing as much as possible, almost all the time, with your signature weapon being out, because that's what it should be built for. It's all about spectacle and big destructions.
For Shade Exposed, stacks are going to be acquired 50% faster because the event feels better when you are exposed, and we just want for the players to reach the exposed status faster than what previously was. Also double pulse radius, because sometimes it used to miss the enemies, and now hopefully it's going to be more reliable. 65% damage instead of 1015% damage from pulsed enemies. Non-pulsed enemies still deal full damage.
Yeah, it's just really to try to get you in the flow of getting the getting the effect faster, getting the stacks faster, releasing those stacks, being more generous with what you get out of it, and really again more forgiving, and that's just more fun.
More fun. And with the animated, it's also explosions, triple explosion range, and increased explosion damage by 50%. And also we increased the enemy headshot weakness by 50%. To kind of incentivize you to go
kill them with headshots, let them explode, and then let them die from their own explosions.
It sounds way meaner than it's supposed to.
It's supposed to be about fun, but
It is fun. But talking about other fun things, global events are not the only thing that underwent changes. There was also a big pass on the projects, and there were also at least 3 cards. One of them, do you have yours?
somewhere.
Just take mine. Here is the project. Here is the project. Yeah, you have them.
Yeah. Okay, here it is.
Yeah, there are just 3 cards. This is how many changes the projects underwent, and basically the idea was to make the projects more worthwhile, more interesting, more engaging, and that's why some of them are going to receive new rewards, better rewards. There are also going to be some updates to conditions as well. Do we want to just, give some sneak peeks?
But the general intention with projects is that, especially when you take the daily projects, for example, like it should be like when I log into the game and I don't really know what to do, like it should almost be your first reflex is to open the project and see, okay, how can I get some quick stuff? If I'm just gonna play 20 minutes today, the daily project should be your way to go, and it's not the case today. So we really wanted to boost that because they're controlled. You only get only a certain amount of them, so it's easy for us to make them generous and make sure that this is an easy checkbox thing to do when you're starting your session. So it's really about making them not too tedious to complete and make sure that they are really rewarding. So it should be a no-brainer to do the projects when you're planning your session.
So, for example, talking about daily projects, more rewards were added to the projects at the base of operations. And, for example, small amount of exotic components, named items, and equipment items as well. That's something that was not there previously. Let's see what else we have. There were also changes to weekly projects and Dark Zone and Conflict projects. For example, for Dark Zone and Conflict, we added named items, reduced necessary objectives to defeat enemies from 5 to 3, reduced objectives to recover Dark Zone drops from 5 to 3, also added equipment items, named items. For weekly projects, for invasion projects, added 3 new items, a few exotic components, exotic cash, so you get the gist of it.
More loot, more
loot.
rewards.
Yeah, and a bit more accessible, a bit easier to complete the project and get the rewards. So yeah, also the full list, since there's a lot of stuff, I don't see the need for us to just recite everything and to read, because obviously we can't read. But yeah, you will get the full list in the patch notes. And the few last things that I wanted for us to touch on is the quality of life and new features. And I think we can start with the quality of life, and there were very significant changes made to the loot system and inventory system, and I think we can talk about loot crates first. The main change, and that's one that's been asked for a very long time, is that now all the loot crates in the world are going to scale to the global difficulty settings of your map. So if you put your map on heroic, your loot crates, all of them, the one that's right next to the safe house, or the ones anywhere in the world, are going to scale and give you heroic quality loot. So hopefully no longer purple loot when opening boxes. And this is a way for us to try to, send you back into the open world. We already did that when we looked at the XP rates and made the XP more rewarding in the open world, but we wanted the exploration and the opening loot crates in the open world also just as rewarding. So now it's all going to scale proper. When you play heroic, every box you open is going to be a heroic box and no longer just some weird loot. Yeah, that's a big one. And also there was the mod space, because it's being cluttered needlessly and there's a lot of stuff you have in it, and Basically, the idea was to make the skill mode inventory management more manageable, more efficient. So now each bonus can only be owned once, and the value of the role gonna update when a better one drops for you. And basically, it's gonna make it so much easier for you to go through it and understand which mode is better.
So what this means just clearly is just really that every skill mod is unique now. So every type of skill mod is unique. So you can only have one copy of the damage mod for that skill and no longer just drop multiple copies of it. When you drop a new copy of it, if it's a better role, it's just going to update the role of the one you've saved. So you no longer have to go back in your skill mod inventory and look at, okay, what do I have and which one is better, and do all the inventory management. There's enough inventory management with our things as well. So as a start, we wanted to look at skill mods and make that much faster, especially for skill mods. There's really no real reason to hold on to a worse version of a mod, because you can only use those mods specifically in those slots for that skill. So it's not as if you will have use for that mod somewhere else anyway. So it was really just clutter for nothing. So now it's all going to be, the game will take care of that for you, and you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah. So basically, automated system for skill modes. And another thing that armor kits replenish with the second cooldown. Basically, the new feature that would allow you to instantly use the armor kit to replenish 25%.
Yeah.
And in addition to the existing functionality of holding the button down to get the 100%. And I guess the Shade Watch bonus.
So let's talk about Shade Watch bonus. So we've made a change that ultimately is probably not going to change a lot for a lot of our players. But basically, what we wanted to do is, for reasons that are going to be obvious to people who know the history of our game, we wanted to implement a cap to the health bonus of the Shade Watch levels, because we know that when people reach ridiculous levels, especially when people exploit our game and then gain hundreds of thousands of levels as it happened, the bonuses become completely out of whack. So what we wanted is we wanted to implement a cap to those, but we also wanted to make sure that this is a cap that is achievable, but also feeling rewarding enough. So what we're doing is, you get 30 HP per level from level 1 to 1000. That's the way it's always been. Then after that, you used to get 3 HP per level infinitely. Now what we're doing is we're going to say from level 1001 to level 2000, you're going to get, again, 30 HP per level. After 2000, you're capped. You're no longer gaining HP per level. So what that means, math, that means that once you reach the cap, you will have 60,000 extra HP, which is what in the current game before Project Resolve you would reach by getting level 10,000. So we are making it faster to reach the cap, but therefore there is a cap, which is now at level 2000, 60,000 HP.
Yeah, that's a very nice one. And a few other things that I mentioned, that there were changes made to the inventory system as well, and we already talked about the skills, but there is a very important one, completely new one, a new feature that is gonna be called tinkering. It's actually gonna be a new menu, and
so the idea was to kind of make sense of recalibration and optimization living together, because both those things they work together, but the way the game presents them is, it doesn't really make them or show them together. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to bring them together under one menu that is called tinkering. So it's still the same functionality. You will, from the tinkering menu, you will have the option to recalibrate a stat or to optimize a stat. So you go into tinkering, you look at an item, you look at your stats, and then for each stat you have the option, do you want to recalibrate or do you want to optimize? You can always still only recalibrate one stat, but then the other ones you can optimize. So that's the idea of tinkering. The big thing with the tinkering screen is that we're going to allow you to open that screen from anywhere in the world. So you no longer have to go back to your recal station to actually open recalibration and optimization. You will be able to do that on the fly during a main mission, in the world, during whatever. You will be able to actually do some recalibration and optimization. The idea being that if you drop a piece of loot and it's almost an upgrade compared to what you have, you can quickly equip it, upgrade it if you have the materials, so you directly take it on your build, and you can keep going. You no longer have to hold on to it and wait until you go back to the White House to remember, oh, I have that piece of loot and what did I want to do with it? So you're able to make a quick decision, and we're saving time, so you no longer have to go back to the White House constantly and come back. One big change that we're doing in part of that is the recalibration library is becoming just the library. That's the way it's called. It functions the same, but one thing that you should know is that now the library is also going to be the cap at which you can optimize a stat. So if you want to do optimization on a stat, you will only be able to optimize it up to whatever is stored on your library, which again allows us to have things make more sense together and make those two functionalities synergizing. But therefore, I'm going through the whole thing. I hope that's okay.
It's fine. It's fine.
One thing we're going to do as that, and you might have seen that because there was a hint of it on the screen earlier. But therefore, we are going to reduce the cost of optimization across the board. We're halving it. So yes, you have the extra work of having to actually store the stats in your library before you can optimize to the highest levels. But therefore, the act of optimizing is going to be cheaper. It's going to be half the cost. So making optimization hopefully a bit more accessible to more players.
Yeah, the optimization costs are going to be reduced greatly, and you can. Oh, thank you, Dory, for bringing it back. Yeah,
these are expertise. I don't know that they have optimization on those.
Yeah, they don't.
It says optimization in the title, so that's why I said there's a tease, but the costs are actually the expertise ones.
But that's pretty much it. But there are a few other things that are also going to be available in the PTS. For example, the ability to send an item to stash with getting a warming. What is warming? Warming. Global warming. Basically a warning about the stash being full. Sorry, it's the end of the day. And that's a lot of stuff we need to go through. And also an option to show the stash item count when approaching the specific item without the need to access it. So a lot of things that should help you optimize and spend less time going through your inventory.
It's the same AR as you have on the backpack now. So as you approach the stash, you will see how many items. And as Daria said, it's all the small things that are hopefully making the experience a bit smoother.
No, but I think those improvements overall, like combined together, they really provide a much fresh take on the inventory management and the inventory system. And I guess to a lot of people who just don't want to spend so much time because we'll have work, we'll have families, we just want to come home, enjoy the game, and do not spend time sorting out the stuff that we got on the previous runs. That's going to help a lot.
If you're like me, if you play and then you hold your loot and then you log out thinking, I'll deal with it later, and then you log back in and you forget to do your inventory management, and then you go into a mission and then you can't loot anymore.
That's all of us.
You're still going to have to do that, to do your inventory management, but some steps are actually going to be at least a bit easier. And these, there's more things we have in mind and we want to do with inventory management. I don't want people to get the impression that this is our answer and everything is going to be fixed. No, these are improvements. This is a step, and hopefully there will be more coming in the future as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Because that's also a thing that we mentioned in the roadmap, that it's not like Project Resolve going to happen and nothing will come afterwards. It's going to be a few gradual steps towards the final goal, but we'll talk about it more in the future. And I guess the last thing that we want to mention, last but not least, it's the game modes. And there are just a few smaller things that wanted to outline. Like, first of all, optimization have been implemented to all the 3 game modes that we have in the game right now, Descent, Countdown, and Summit. And we believe that those changes would lead to enhanced stability and performance improvements overall. So please do let us know how it feels with all those improvements in the PTS. And Summit fans have a big announcement. The level 100 XP issue has been also solved. Why you're looking at me as if it was?
We're fixing the XP issue of Summit. So it's for those of you that have been gaining a lot of XP by using that. Sorry, you have to find other ways. And then the last change. Sorry, maybe you wanted to say it. I'm diving into it.
No, please. It's the descent. Yeah.
Yeah. So to descent, there's one significant change we're making, and it's there's two changes we're making. But the first one is that we are going to introduce a talent rotation to descent, because the main issue is just there's a lot of talents in descent, and as we add more talents to the game and we add them to descent, the pool gets more and more diluted, and it gets harder and harder to actually get the build you want, or to get the talents that are interesting. So what we're going to do is now there will be a rotation, so not all talents will be available all the time. It will be pools of talents that are going to be available this week and then next week. And I say week, I don't even know if it's weekly, I don't remember. But there's going to be a regular rotation of the descent talents. So hopefully that means curated talents. That means easier to, on specific rotations, get the builds you want. And also on other occasions, if the rotation is not what you usually play with, maybe discovering new play styles, but through a curated list of talents. So that's the first thing. And the second thing is we have done a pass in terms of session length in Descent to try to make them shorter. So that means the time it takes to reach the Nemesis is going to be shorter overall. The time it takes to reach rewards in general in Descent is also going to be shorter. So we wanted to bring down the playtime a bit in Descent to not be that big of a time commitment when you go into Descent thinking, okay, I'm going to have to spend the next 2 hours here. So it should be faster now.
And yeah, thank you so much for reciting all those changes. And now it's time for your favorite part. That's the Q&A session. And thank you so much, Polina, for providing us with collecting all the questions from the chat. I'm a little bit surprised to say that there are not a lot of them, but probably because I really hope that it's almost because we answered the majority of the questions introducing the changes and the fixes that are coming with Project Resolve. But there is going to be...
Everybody is just too busy commenting on your beautiful hairdo.
Yeah, it's nice. And you have a matching one because it's holiday season. By the way, if you do not know, there is a holiday event, Winter Project, right now available in the game. There is still time up until the January 9th. And there are a lot of new items you can grab through this project, apart from the items that we brought from previous years, including the Yulmust mask, because people were asking about it last year. So it is available in the game right now. The nice backpack, the new sweater, some new emotes, right, with the bell. So yeah, there is still time. But enough about Christmas. Let's talk about questions that you guys have, and let's start with the PvP. Will the issue with the cheaters be addressed in Project Resolve?
Yeah, we're going to implement the line of code that says cheaters equal no. Cheaters is, cheating in general in the game is something that we always look at. And I know some people won't believe me, but we are always implementing improvements to our cheat detection, and we are banning cheaters on a daily basis. We're just not bragging about it because that's not the way we do. But that doesn't mean it's perfect. Yes, we know cheating is a thing. We are working on improvements, some for Project Resolve, some for later in terms of detection, in terms of how do we prevent cheating or how do we detect cheating when it's happening. We are also investigating on Cronus Max and see what we can do about it. No promise, but this is something we're looking at, and we're fully aware that we can do all the improvements in the world in PvP if cheating and abusing the game is still a thing, then PvP is never going to be a good experience. So yes, we are committed to making those improvements and to trying to always make the situation better when it comes to cheating. But at least I don't want people to think that we're not doing anything, because that's not true.
And also, a lot of this work is done thanks to your reports. Whenever you encounter cheaters, and if you can grab a video where it's visible and easy to understand that this person is cheating, and you're submitting those to Ubisoft support. I mean, a lot of people tag us on social media. Unfortunately, that is not how we deal with cheaters. We have a specific team dedicated to identifying the cheating practices and sanctioning players. So please keep reporting them to Ubisoft support, and that is also another way to make the environment more enjoyable for everyone. And
if you're cheating in a game, just don't be a dick. Go play something else.
Beep. It was supposed to be. No, but that's correct. 2 other questions. Is the invaded Dark Zone going to be more rewarding?
Yes, that's also something we're looking at, making invaded Dark Zone specifically more rewarding. So more details on that, but yes, that's part of the package.
Will the expertise be removed from Dark Zone? I think we discussed it.
No, we mentioned it. No, the change to expertise and shade levels is only planned for conflict. Please, let's have that conversation. So far, we want to keep it in the Dark Zone, because the idea is conflict is where the PvP balancing is happening. This is where we are implementing normalization to make sure that everybody has a chance, no matter if you've played the game for 2,000 hours or for 50 hours. We want people to have a chance to compete in conflict. The Dark Zone, on the other hand, this is the PvPvE experience where we think it's okay if you spent a lot of time in the game and you are by definition more powerful than another one. You deserve to, have that power be represented in the Dark Zone. So far we don't plan to implement the change to taking away expertise and shade levels from the Dark Zone. But please do give us feedback.
And regarding stability, there is a question about the game crashes and will they be addressed? And I do not have all the technical details here with me, but I know for a fact that a lot of things that were implemented in the game were actually aimed at making the experience more stable and reducing the crashes.
That's what this live stream is about. It's Project Resolve and Project Resolve. I mean, it's not going to fix all the crashes. We're never going to fix all the crashes, because it's a huge game, and there's a million reasons why the game can crash. But there's been a lot of improvements and a lot of fixes in Project Resolve, but hopefully for most of you are going to make the experience more stable.
Will new skills be introduced? It's not the plan that we have right now.
It's not the plan right now. Right now we're focusing really on on gear, on items, on weapons, and also looking at everything we have in the game already and improving that and making sure everything belongs into the gear game and everything is relevant and you have as many options as you want. And then, in the future, if we want to explore new skills, maybe. But right now, this is not a priority for us. There's a lot of skills already, so let's make sure they're all equally as fun and as rewarding and as powerful before we start adding new ones.
Also, a question about new incursion or a new raid.
Well, I mean, we're not here to talk about future plans. So do give us feedback. Tell us what you want in the future in the game, and we'll see.
A question about the specialization, and is there anything about the specialization on this update?
Not specifically. No, there's no specific change. I know that a long time ago we announced the specializations revamp, and we put that on ice because what we had was just it's one of those things that you put design on paper, you put ideas on paper, and you're like, yeah, that sounds great, and then you implement it, and then it just doesn't work. And the initial proposition we had was one of those. Like we worked on it, we implemented the first version, and it just absolutely didn't achieve what we wanted it to achieve. So we've put it on ice. One day, hopefully, we will get back to specializations and revisit them. But this is not the plan right now. So no specific changes to specializations in this update.
Will there be a next-gen update?
A next-gen update, not at the moment, also not the plan.
And the last question that I wanted to keep for the very end, since, as I mentioned, there are not a lot of questions. What is the release date of the Project Resolve? So the release date right now is planned for February. That's not the date. It's just a month, and I guess we will be able to give you the final date quite soon. But before that, we need to go through 2 PTS phases first. And also, depending on the amount of feedback, that would give us the release date. But right now, it's planned to be released together with the Season 3 Vanguard, and the targeted month is February. So I hope that answers your question. And yeah, once again, the roadmap is going to be published on our social media, website, same for the VOD of this Twitch stream. So if you have any other questions, just let us know on socials. We will be happy to address them.
There's one question actually I see here, but
which one?
That I can answer. Will we be able to dismantle items directly into expertise? Actually, the tinkering menu that we talked about will include the expertise menu as well. So what that means is that from the world, you will be able to open the expertise and you will be able to dismantle into expertise directly without having to go back to the base of operations. So yes, you cannot do that directly from an item, but you will be able to open your expertise screen from anywhere in the world.
See, this whole relationship is based on complete distrust in each other's abilities. Like, I do not trust Yannick to have his cards in correct order, and he doesn't trust me to look through all the questions.
Reading over your shoulders, be like, hey, Daria, you missed one.
But thank you for mentioning it. And yeah, that's it. We do not have any other questions, at least not what was collected from the chat. But I think we talked pretty much about everything, and the rest of your questions, if there are anything, we will be happy to answer those after the PTS. Yeah.
And again, this is the high level, right? There's a lot of details that we may have missed that have not been listed here. Some of them will not be on the PTS just yet. There are changes that are still coming in, but maybe not on this phase, on later phases. Some of the stuff we talked about might not be on this PTS, but it will come later. So this is an organic process. And again, there is more to Project Resolve than just what we listed here. But these were the main changes we wanted to highlight.
Yeah, just a glimpse at what's coming, and more information is going to be available soon. Do not forget about the PTS preload on 14th, and then the PTS is available from 15th to 18th of December. That's the first phase. The second one is going to be in January, and of course we're going to update you about all the dates and timing when it's closer to the date. And before we go, we actually want to thank you for sticking with us through a very special report where we didn't show anything no new gear, no new features apart from what we discussed regarding Project Resolve. Thank you so much for being here, for having trust in the team, and we're going to continue relying on your feedback in the future, and we're going to be waiting for you on the PTS. Thank you so much.
Give us feedback.
Hello agents. Today we're happy to announce Project Resolve, a comprehensive seasonal update focused on health and quality of life for The Division 2.
Thanks to your feedback, our goal with Project Resolve is to enhance the overall player experience and establish a solid foundation for future content by making significant improvements to the game's health and stability. The recent shift in season length has allowed us to focus on building this broad and impactful update while maintaining the game quality as you continue to enjoy our content.
We will start with a public test this week, followed by another test in January, culminating in the full release in February to all Division 2 players. Project Resolve is divided into 3 key areas: stability, health, and gameplay improvements. From thousands of bug fixes to PvP improvements, we're digging into everything.
Just to give you a glimpse at the few main areas of improvements Division agents can expect: enhanced stability with a focus of in-game performance and reducing crashing on all platforms. Improvements to PvP combat with the status effects rework, conflict rewards buffs addressing glitches, and more to make the experience more enjoyable for everyone.
Major balancing overhaul to give you more choices for powerful weapons in PvE. Expertise and optimization cost reduction to make upgrades more accessible. Changes to projects and global events to make them more fun and worthwhile.
Quality of life improvements, including scaling open world loot crates with world difficulty and the ability to recalibrate directly from the inventory.
And we have more you can find out about in our article linked in the description.
Initiating Project Resolved meant our team needed to build a solid foundation, which has affected some of our previously announced plans. Following the current season, Year 5, Season 3, Vanguard, will release in February 2024, which will include the health updates from Project Resolve in full, as well as normal seasonal content you expect, like a new manhunt, season pass, and apparel event. This does mean we have made the tough decision to move the DLC release to 2025.
As always, your input is invaluable to us, and we will continue to incorporate it into our decision-making processes as we continue the journey of improving the game as part of Project Resolve and beyond.
To provide you with more insight into the next few months, we'll release detailed patch notes and provide frequent updates on the PTS content and results.
Starting December 15th, PC players will have the opportunity to test out this initial set of changes and fixes alongside Season 3 gear.
We can't wait for you to dive in and explore the new features and improvements. You can get ready by preloading the public test server on December 14th, so we'll be all set to jump right into the action.
All right. Okay. So we need to have a chat, don't we? So before I go make a video, let's have a quick overview, because I'm going to have to do a full recap video, and I'm going to have to get started on that now. So as far as changes go, and then we can go ahead and exit out all that. So as far as changes go, the list of changes is going to be insane, truly. I'll go through them, and then whenever the PTS comes out, I'll go through them again. Now, just remember, the changes we can test on Friday. So we're able to test all of this during the PTS coming on Friday. So all of that, you know, people saying, oh, February, this, that.
Safe area
There's
entered.
going to be 2 full phases of PTSs with changes and new stuff added. So this is going to be like a 2-month like new content test. So we're going to be able to see everything, you know, test everything and talk about everything before it even goes live. So, you know, sitting there trying to say this is a big L, like, I'm going to be able to test this on Friday. I mean, to me, that's a big win, because I want to see what these changes are going to be. The Descent changes are huge. Summit changes are meh. The conflict changes are crazy. The talent changes are needed. The weapon buffs were needed. The shock nerf was needed. The Eagle Bearer getting a freaking third talent or a third attribute reroll, and we get an increase in RPM on the Eagle Bearer? Yes, please. I'm gonna put damage to targets out of cover on that bad boy with that increased RPM all day. That thing's gonna be nasty. I don't know. The brand set changes are huge. Did you hear that Heligard, 2 pieces of Heligard is going to give you 3% armor regen? That is huge. They are completely changing the time to kill across the board. And armor regen builds are going to be even bigger and better than ever. I can't wait. Truly. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is going to be a big one. And we can test this on Friday. So there's going to be 2 different phases of PTS. Then there's going to be the release in February. So we're going to have a PTS this month, a PTS next month, and then it'll be released in February. And that will be the start of Title Update 20 will be in February. But these are all really big things. All right. Anyone have, do we have any questions, anything? Console players, no. The PTS is only on PC. PC only. PC only. You're milking a cat? Am I? I got nipples too, Greg. Can you milk me? I love it, man. They didn't say anything about PvE. Because, well, all of those buffs and changes to the weapons and gear and all that are PvE as well. Only a few of those changes will be PvP only. And I believe Yannick said that during the stream. Whenever it was a PvP only change, he made sure to say that. But yeah. Alright, everyone. Any last... Nope. Alright. Yeah, all attribute, or all exotics will be able to change attributes. You'll be able to recalibrate and optimize anywhere in the game. You won't have to go to a recalibration station or anything like that. You'll be able to donate to your expertise anywhere in the game. All of that. There's a lot of changes. I can't even remember them all. So I'm going to go make a recap video, and then we're going to, yeah, move on to the next. But it's looking like PTS will be Friday, so I hope everyone is getting ready for that. Oh yeah, no more spawn camping. Yep, they're going to add turrets to Conflict, and they're taking away expertise, and they're taking away shade levels from Conflict. It's going to be a lot of changes. It definitely is a lot of changes. Yeah. Well, that's why I'm going to do a recap video. I understand the audio is, you know, kind of hard to follow, and then they don't have subtitles and things like that. I get it. I get it. But that's why I'm about to go make that recap. But all right, everyone. I hope you had a great time. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream there. It was nice hanging out with you guys and listening to these devs. Yes, they are making changes to Summit. I'll cover that in my recap video. Yeah, new DLC was pushed to 2025, which means we will get Division 3 in 2026. All right. Take care, everyone. I will see you in a few minutes with my recap video. All right. I'll explain everything, I promise. Take care now. Bye-bye, Dan. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, everyone. See ya.